What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and it is Godzilla's 70th birthday this weekend, and we're gonna celebrate with a little top 5 video of my favorite Godzilla 54s in my collection. Now, I gotta be honest with you. One, Godzilla 54 was never one of my favorite Godzilla movies. It's honestly probably towards the back end of all of the Godzilla movies for me. Hey, we all have our likes and dislikes. It is what it is, right? But, you know, I always recognize that that is where it started, obviously. And for the 70th anniversary, for a top 5, I figured this has to be the place to start. Now, if you guys like me doing this, I might continue doing these top 5s every year for Godzilla Day weekend, which is actually November 3rd, which is going to be on Sunday. But we will have content tomorrow night, probably pretty late, not regular time. I should have a little compilation video of the Kaiju Brooklyn Presents Gojira Day events from tomorrow. I do plan on attending that, take some video. So, you know, once I gather that together, it'll be tomorrow night's content. I don't plan to have anything else up besides that. And then Sunday night is our normal Ultra Z News, which will have some Godzilla content, of course. So we'll keep the celebration going however we can. But I wanted to start it here because this was a cool little idea. I don't have a ton of Godzilla 54 figures. That goes hand in hand with me not being the biggest Godzilla 54 fan. But I have enough for a top 5, so without any further ado, let's count them down, shall we? So at number 5, we're going to start with this little guy. This is the Godzilla Monster Series, Godzilla 54, which just came out earlier this summer. And I decided, you know, let's shine some more light on these little figures because they're actually quite cool, and I think this figure is very nice. Now, I don't think I even have the movie Monster Series anymore. I might have sold it, and that's the thing with the Godzilla 54s I do have or had. I've actually sold a bunch. I even went back and checked out some of my videos, and I just don't have a ton. But I do have this guy, and we just did it, and he's fresh in memory, and I did think it was a pretty cool little figure. So at number 5, the Godzilla 54 Godzilla action figure by Bandai. Next up, yay! A bank. That's right, it is the Monogram Godzilla 54 bank, which I have to look at all the time because it's in Ultrazilla Jr.'s room, and you know, there's a change in here. I might need some quarters. It's pretty cool for what it is. It is kind of the epitome of like using that like old Godzilla style guide. You know what I'm talking about. Look at that face, you know? And no, it's not Bandai Creations Godzilla that's stat. It's actually the other way around. It's a style guide that Toho created, and that you know, everybody's used, starting with the Bandai Creations. So, and you can still see it to this day on stuff. We saw it on the Godzilla movie, Godzilla Monster Series figures, boxes and stuff. And yeah, this is that. But he's a big guy, and you know, it's not bad. At number 3, we have the Amando Godzilla Museum. I guess that series just stopped. Godzilla 54 with flaming plane. This is a really nice piece. Though I do gotta say, the magnet on mine got messed up, and I just had to glue the whole thing in the tail. Which is fine, because I really like this, and I wasn't giving it away or anything. So it is a really nice Godzilla 54, honestly. It's beautiful. Probably the only reason it doesn't make number 1 is because it's not articulated. And I am an articulated type of guy, but yeah, this is a really nice piece. And probably of all of these, it might be the most accurate Godzilla 54 that I have. At number 2, probably a shock, it's the SH Monster. It's not number 1. It is a pretty cool figure. However, right from the beginning, you could go to my review, which was very early on the channel, of this figure, and there's something about this guy that I've always felt like it is almost Godzilla 55-ish in appearance. And that's always kind of held it back a little bit. It's awesome. It's an awesome figure. Feels good. It's one of those that's like really just kind of always in my hand somehow. I was going to say it doesn't fall apart, but you know. I jinxed it because, of course. But anyway. The tail's kind of loose. But yeah, it's still a cool figure. I do have to say, the more like the version that's coming out, the 70th anniversary one, is actually nicer. So, you know, like if you've never gotten this one, I suggest getting the new one because it looks really good. I don't plan on getting it at this point, but maybe at some point I might get it, but it's not high priority anymore. It was a pre-order, but I canceled that. But this original one is still pretty awesome. But at number 1, that's right, it's a double take because it is the NECA Godzilla 54, along with the poster edition. I'll keep them together, you know. This way we got to feature one extra one because I could have split them because they're awesome and they would be 1 and 2 anyway. I love this Godzilla 54. Speaking of that style guide, but I love it. It is awesome. I've always loved it. Just a really, really cool figure for me. It is a bit cartoony. It is a bit thick, but it is just cool. I don't know. And especially this poster version just kind of does it for me. I've always really, really liked it. As far as which one I like better, I don't know. I've gone back and forth. They're both really phenomenal in my opinion. And I just really, really dig them. I've always have, and yeah, for sure, this was my number 1. Like I was saying, like you might have thought SH Monster Arts, but you know, I've always had that kind of weird issue with it where I felt like it just looks too much like the 55 from a lot of angles, and I cannot say that about this one. While it is a very cartoony version of the 54, there is just a real awesome love for it that I have. Just classic early days of Ultrazilla, and I don't know, it's nostalgia to me in a different way, and I just really love it. So yeah, no doubt, number 1, NECA's Godzilla 54, both of them. And there you go, my zillions. That is my Godzilla 70th anniversary top 5 Godzilla 54 figures in my collection. You know, it is what it is. I don't have that many, and I don't have like super high-end stuff. The Mondo and the SH Monster Arts represent the highest end I have in 54, but I wouldn't get anything more expensive than that. It's just, like I said, I've just never been the biggest fan. But, you know, the NECAs are truly some of my favorite Godzilla figures, period. Honestly, I love those 2 NECAs. They're just so much fun. They speak to me as a Godzilla fan. They speak to me as what I am as a 54 fan. You know, like it's just fun. And it kicked off that childhood sense of fun in Godzilla fandom for me. So I'll always be thankful that NECA gave us these really fun figures. And I love them. I still love them to this day. They're not going anywhere. I've sold a bunch of NECAs, but these 2 just won't go anywhere. Like I said, not a huge list, but a fun list, and it's my list. You guys let me know what is your list of your favorite Godzilla 54 figures that you have in your collection down below, whether it's high-end or very low-end. It doesn't matter. Whatever you love is what you love, and that's what's most important. I hope you have a great Godzilla Day weekend. Celebrate the 70th anniversary however you wish. There's so many ways to celebrate Godzilla, and however way you do it, it is perfect for you. And there you go, guys. That's my top 5 Godzilla 54 video, and I hope you loved it. Till next time, peace out, peeps.